We are here with Seton Hill women's basketball head coach Mark Katarski, who enters his seventh season with the Griffins this year. Mark, before we talk about this year, just a few words about last year. You guys made your sixth straight PSAC tournament, second straight quarterfinal appearance. You hosted the first round game for the second year in a row. Just talk about that experience and how you're using that going forward to this year.
Yeah, it was a really rewarding season. Felt like our team continued to get better as the season went on, and I think that's the goal for all of us. And the final week of the regular season that we had, it was a memorable one. We defeated California University here, ranked 17th in the country, I believe, and then on Saturday went up and beat IUP, who ended up being in the Final Four. They were 8th in the country. It was their senior night, so it was a really exciting way to finish the regular season. As you mentioned, we also won a playoff game, which was great, and kept moving on that way. So, we tell our players all the time it's a one-year season, but it's really neat to look back and see the progress we've made in this conference, and made the playoffs every year in it, 3 straight winning seasons, so there's a lot of good in our history.
You guys have been practicing for a few weeks now, and you actually played a few scrimmages. What have you learned about the team from those few weeks in scrimmages? Some things you do well, and some things you'll have to work on as the year progresses.
Yeah, it's a unique group, and we lost last year a 3-year starter with Hannah Laszlo, as well as a honorable mention All-American and Megan Marisic, but 11 other players come back, so I think that's unique for us. It's as much as we've ever returned here, and I think trying to rely on that in that group. It wouldn't be surprised our fans to see us running really fast up and down the floor and score a lot of points and shoot a lot of threes. That really hasn't changed with us. I think this group's doing well with it. But what will be interesting is just to see how this team this year develops throughout, and how that experience shapes our growth.
You talked about Megan Marisic. You lost her an All-American. She kind of did everything for you guys last year. But she'll be back this year as a volunteer assistant for you guys. Just talk about the loss on the court that you'll lose with her, but what it means having her back on the sidelines.
I thought Megan was just so easy to play with. That was the thing that her teammates really commented. She was just easy, knew where to be, how to get the ball, and then she obviously had the ability to score when we needed it. To have her as a volunteer will be great for Megan. It would give her a chance to just have another year with those teammates and gain those relationships. But I think her current experience as a player, and remember, she played 4 years in Division I on a really successful team there. So those are experiences that sometimes us coaches can't always give, and her relevance and the recent experience with our players hopefully is something she can share with them.
Like you mentioned, you returned a ton of experience. 11 kids who saw a ton of playing time last year. And includes all PSAC performer Cheyenne Trest, who's all PSAC last year, freshman of the year as a freshman. She'll be back for her junior season. Just talk about what do you expect from Cheyenne and other returnees you expect to make a big impact on the team this year.
Yeah, it's no coincidence. Cheyenne's one of our hardest workers, and I think she really took the off season, both in the spring, the summer, and this fall, to really try to hone her craft. I think you'll see that with Cheyenne that we've come to know, who's going to play fast and move with tempo, but I think you'll see some additions to her game. And, I think she's starting to mature, as most of them are. She's on the back half of her career. I think Cheyenne and all the junior class, we have 7 of them that are in there, including a couple redshirt sophomores. So that's an experienced group that's moving on the next part of their journey, and hopefully we can rely on that for them.
You only have 2 freshmen this year. Small class, but what do you see from those guys just coming in early, and what do you expect from them as the year goes on?
Yeah, they've done wonderfully, and we also have Rena Ennerlein, who was a redshirt a year ago, so we have 3 new faces from that regard. I think all of them have done a really good job of embracing that growth and change. It is different when you come in, and with the experienced players that we have, it's almost like learning a foreign language for them some days. But they've been wonderful. Their eyes have stayed open, their ears have stayed open, they've been anxious to learn. I think like a lot of our players, they're a versatile group that can do some different things on the floor. Somewhat positionless is the phrase that goes now. So we're hoping they can continue that mold and just grow as players. But they've been great fits to the university, and so far have really worked well with our team.
You guys are picked to finish 5th in the West. Just talk about that tough division. You have 3 teams that made the NCAA regional last year. And who do you expect to come out on top again this year?
Yeah, I saw somebody this summer on the recruiting trail, and they said, where do you think you'll finish in the division? And I said, well, finish somewhere between 9th and 1st, because, that I can guarantee for sure. It's such a neat conference, how competitive it is. I think, as we said a year ago, the fact that we got to play 2 nationally ranked teams in the same week in the regular season doesn't happen very often. We've defeated a top 10 team in each of the last 2 seasons. And all that is by virtue of playing such a powerful conference. So I think IUP has shown their strength, but certainly Cal and Edinburgh have been perennial powers. Gannon gets a new coach this year, Mercyhurst a new coach as well. Pitt Johnstown is certainly an improved team over the years, and Clarion and Slippery Rock have improved and made strides as well. So I think it'll be exciting for us, and like we tell our players all the time, every game counts as one, whether they're wins or losses, and I think that's part of the charm of this conference.
Mark and the Griffins open up their season this weekend with a Mountain East PSAC Challenge in Fairmont, West Virginia. Mark, good luck this weekend and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.